Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Tauruses for the month of December, what you guys can expect to be walking into. As we move along in the video, once we get to specific transits, so for example, when Venus enters Scorpio, I will then at that point move it from your guys' 6th house to the 7th house. And so on and so forth. Okay, so again, what you guys are currently looking at are the energies you can expect to be feeling walking into December. All right, so how we're going to do this video is we're going to speak about the transits that are happening weekly, and then I will then speak about my channeled messages at that point. So let's get to it. All right, so December 1st, Mercury enters Capricorn in your guys's 9th house. I like this a lot for you guys because this is your 9th house. This speaks of a higher education system. This speaks of spiritual knowledge. It speaks of knowledge in general. It speaks of wisdom. Yes, it could speak of traveling definitely for you guys because the planet Mercury is also looked at as traveling. So yeah, okay. I like this. I like it more on a learning. Ooh, do you guys hear the rain in the background? Sorry. I like this energy. Okay, let's leave it there. December 2nd, Mercury in Capricorn is sextiling Saturn in Pisces for you guys in your 11th house. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, but a sextile is an energy when two planets are, talking to each other. Let's just say it like that. Basically, this is that type of energy where you have to put in minimal work in order to get what it is you want to do. However, you do have to put in some type of work. Okay, work is required. So if you want the job, you got to submit the application. You have to go on the job interview, and you more than likely will get the job. Venus sextile Mars type of energy. This is an energy that is easy flowing, getting along with the opposite sex. However, how do you do that? You have to at least talk to the opposite sex, right? So that's what a sextile is. It's an easy energy, but there is work that is involved. It's an energy that comes easily to you guys. All right, December 3rd, Venus in Libra in your guys' 6th house is squaring Pluto in Capricorn in your 9th house. Okay, so a square, for those of you who don't know, this is a karmic lesson. This is a holdup. This is a block. It's an uncomfortable energy. There is tension here. So I've never done it, but we can look at this as like the escape room. And from what I know about it, you're basically in a room and you're trying to get out, right? And when you keep going to the escape room, you're leveling up, right? Each time you win, you choose a harder room and you get better and better at this thing. Same thing applies for a square, because you're going to have to keep practicing at whatever this energy is, like whatever's going on between these two planets that are squaring. You're going to have to keep at it in order to get better. But at the end of the day, you will be the best at whatever this is, okay? Let's see. December 4th, Venus enters Scorpio in your guys' 7th house. Ooh. I wonder what this is about. So Venus is leaving Libra in your 6th house, and on December 4th, it enters the 7th house of love. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, this could be romance, could be partnerships. December 5th, Venus in Scorpio in your 7th house is trining Saturn in Pisces in your 11th house. Okay, so a trine in astrology is a blessing. This is basically, this is an energy where something is just given to you. It is easy flowing energy. It's that type of energy where you don't even realize that you that you have it, because it just comes so natural. It either comes so natural or it's basically gifts, because a trine is looked at as a blessing. So the example I like to give, and everybody's going to have their own opinion on it, however, this is the example that I'm thinking of, is being born into money. Now, the reason I'm using this as an example for a trine is because you guys would be blessed with having money being given to you, while, you know, I don't know, during your whole life being raised, because you have easier access to experience, you know, life to its fullest. Maybe a higher education system, maybe traveling. It's just me, and obviously money can be looked at as a curse, right? I mean, when people come from money, sometimes there is a curse, but I'm not trying to go there with this. I'm just trying to explain to you what a trine is. So anyway, so for those type of people, sometimes people who are born into money, they don't realize what it's like not to have money. So hopefully that made sense, what a trine is and what this type of energy does. Okay, so what are my channel messages for the week of December for you based off all the transits I just said? So what I'm seeing is people are really watching you guys during this time. There's something angelic about you, and you guys see how people are all about you guys as well during this time. It's like wherever you guys are going, people want to follow suit. And something about speaking intuitively and also being able to see in the dark. You guys are coming through as purple in the dark. So anytime I see that, that to me is when I feel like Mars is in Pisces, but it's well aspected. Like it is, you're able to see clearly. And you're very much in touch with your intuition at this time. Like there's no question, you're on point. All your downloads, you're getting it. You're vibing with spirit. You're vibing with your messages and all that good stuff. You're confident. I see you guys may have some admirers as well. Okay, so let's go back to the transits again. So Mercury is entering Capricorn in your guys' ninth house, all right? So I feel like this is connecting with possibly that intuition, possibly being understanding it, like how to move along, just because this is the ninth house that belongs to Sagittarius energy natally. And the ruler of Sagittarius is in your guys' first house. So this speaks of the body. I don't know. That's just sometimes, I'm not saying ever do it that way, but to me, I feel like there's like some type of code going on there. But whatever, that's just me personally. Okay, so, but the ruler of Capricorn, because you guys have Capricorn in your ninth house, right? So the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. So where is Saturn for you guys? It is in your 11th house currently, and it's in Pisces. So this is speaking of your guys's group of people. This is speaking of social networking. This is speaking of online, your deepest hopes, dreams, and desires. So these two are connected because the following day these two are sextiling. So they're having an easy conversation with one another. Mercury and Saturn are having a conversation with one another in the 9th and the 11th house. So something you're learning about or understanding about with other people. This is a popular energy, I feel like. Anything that's in the 7th through the 12th houses, I feel like these are popular energies. So I feel like this is, especially with the 11th and the 9th house, Aquarius energy and Sagittarius energy natally. And there is, you know, each house placement, each zodiac sign, even though you guys do have it in Capricorn, it's always going to be that combination deal. So it natally does belong to Sagittarius. So there's going to be some type of energy going on here that's very close to that, I feel like. Okay, so December 3rd, Venus in Libra in your guys' sixth house is squaring Pluto in Capricorn in your guys' ninth house. Okay, so everyday routine, work life. This could also be the house of healing, spirituality. This is squaring the ninth house, being able to do something or learn something, understand something, transform something, because when Pluto and Venus link up, this is intense, because anything Pluto in general touches, like picture the Reaper touching someone and it's like they turn to ashes, right? It's kind of like that in a sense. Except with Pluto and Venus, this is if with a square, it's going to be obsessions, it's going to be controlling, you know, because you basically have like think of Greek mythology. You have Venus, like this beautiful woman, or not even, I don't even want to think of her. What is oh my goodness, what is the story? Hold on one second, I don't want to mess this up. Okay, I may mispronounce it, but it's Persephone. So she's queen of the underworld, right? Because she's taken from I think it's Hades. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it right. So Hades, I would look at as Pluto, because he is from the underworld, and he has taken Persephone from above. She's above ground, right? And she's picking flowers. She's young. She's beautiful. She's full of light. She is. I feel like she is that like that typical Disney princess energy. Think of Snow White. Think of Sleeping Beauty. Like, it's just, there's something supposed to be innocent and pure, and usually darker energies, they don't have that, and they want that, whether they're consciously aware of it or not. That's what it is. And usually it's people like that that can't help themselves but to obsess over those type of energies, or somehow I feel like pick on those energies. There's always some type of, when it's a square or a quincunx or opposition energy with a Pluto and Venus, this is like not being able to let go, needing to control, strong obsessions. I don't know if I already said that. And it's all because it's two opposite energies, but mainly it's like it's Pluto energy wanting to have things controlled, and it's the way that Pluto wants things. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. So basically, something's going on with your ninth house and your sixth house the first week of December here. And it has to do with, I feel like understanding something, possibly. Anyway, okay, so Venus then enters Scorpio in your guys' seventh house, all right? And then we have, and it's trining, it's trining Saturn in Pisces in your 11th house, all right? And then Mercury in Capricorn is trining Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus on December 7th. So Mercury in Capricorn in your guys' ninth house is trining Jupiter in retrograde in your guys' first house. In your first house, December 7th. December 6th, I forgot to mention, Neptune goes direct in Pisces in your 11th house. Now, the reason I left this, I wrote it as direct, because I believe that December 1st, you guys will be walking into the month of December feeling the energy of Neptune already being direct. Technically, it will already be retrograde, but I believe that you guys will already be feeling the direct energy of Neptune starting December 1st, and just December 6th, you'll just feel it 100%. That's all, and that's why I kept it there. So I want to go over my channel messages again. People are really watching you guys during this time. There's something angelic about you, and you guys see how people are all about you. So this definitely has to do with, I feel like Mercury being in Capricorn in your guys' ninth house. Like I said, this is like the ninth house in general is popular energy, okay? And then the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, and it's your group of people. So these two are talking to each other. There's something manifesting here with your group of people. You guys see how people are all about you. This definitely has to do with the Venus and Libra energy in your sixth house. You guys may be more healing during this time, like seen as a healer, possibly. Yeah. It's like wherever you guys are going, people want to follow suit. Mercury and Capricorn, trine Jupiter. Sorry, just ignore me. That's the first ninth house. Speaking intuitively, also being able to see in the dark, you guys are coming through as... What did I say before? I said it. I'm sorry. But now I'm seeing the correlation. I felt crazy saying it to you guys before, where I'm like, technically the ninth house, the ruler is Jupiter. But here we go, proving my point. So Mercury in Capricorn is trining Jupiter in retrograde on December 7th. This has to do with being able to navigate yourself, your body. Like you guys are able to walk around, and it's like you guys just know which way to go, which way to shift, like which people to ignore, which people to talk to. So yeah, it has something to do with your mind, how you guys move. They're stabilized thoughts, but they're also connecting with that higher, like that higher mind, I want to say. And it's an earth energy. Okay, there we go. All right, second week of December. What are we seeing for you guys? Okay, well, first, the transits. December 9th, Venus is in Scorpio in your 7th house. It's in opposition to Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus in your 1st house. Then we have... Oh, wait a minute. That sucks. Hold on one second. December 9th, Venus in Scorpio in your 7th house, opposition. No, actually, that could be good. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. December 11th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 9th house, sextiling Venus in Scorpio in your 7th house. Okay. I like that energy. Then we have a new moon in Sagittarius on December 12th in your guys' 8th house. Ooh. I'm an 8th house person, so I'm like, oh. Okay. Later that same day or the following day, Mercury goes retrograde in Capricorn in your 9th house. So definitely double check these dates that I gave you guys. I may be off by a day or two, but I think it's just a day. So new moon enters Sagittarius in the 8th house, and then Mercury goes retrograde either that same day or the following day. And that's in your 9th house. Okay. So that's the second week of December. Let's check out the channeled messages. You guys are learning about something spiritual. I'm seeing oppositions coming together. Getting off track, your path. Getting off your path. Wait. Yeah, just whatever. Getting off your track. Getting off your path a little bit. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like I'm seeing you guys move past something, move on, move forward, and someone jumps in and out of nowhere. I'm seeing the number 8. You guys hold something, and then it turns into another loop. It could be karmic. It felt originally like the death card, and then the angel hugs the reaper. Then there's a lot of people and a lot of light, and I see you holding the number 8. Okay, so let's go back to the transits again. So here's that opposition energy I said. December 9th, Venus is in Scorpio in your guys' 7th house. It's in opposition to Jupiter in retrograde in your 1st house in Taurus. So 7th house speaks of romance. It could also speak of business partnerships. The 1st house speaks of I am. It speaks of the body. It speaks of the self, who you are, okay? And it's in opposite energy to another person. This could be somebody you're romantically connected to, or possibly a business partnership. I'm not getting a business partnership though. Well, actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. It could be. It could be because of the number 8. And I'm saying that because I feel like money comes through here with the 8th house regarding other people's money, and it could be linked to business. So I don't want to rule it out. And the reason I don't want to rule it out especially is because Scorpio natally belongs to the 8th house. So something's up with this. So for some of you, this is going to be romance. Some of you, this is going to be business. Learning about something spiritual. Okay. I'm going to say it. Learning about something spiritual. This has got to be, it could be whatever you guys are learning about that's spiritual, could be about another person or business partnership. And the reason I'm going to say this is Venus is the higher octave of, wow, I forgot what I was going to say there, but it doesn't matter. So Venus is unconditional love. It's like the spiritual energy behind love. It is understanding the spiritual realm and the earthly plane, and understanding that whether Libras are consciously aware of it or not, okay, there is a reason why they want to get along with everybody, or they come off as fake or people pleasers, whatever, because their ruler Venus, right? There is just an understanding that we are here temporarily, and obviously apply common sense. I'm not talking about every single situation is forgivable, but more times than not, it is something that's forgivable, or something we can just let go and move on from, okay? And either that or see it from a higher perspective. And I know that's such like typical spiritual talk, but what I mean by that is understanding why people say and act the way they do, and being able to separate it, and understanding, having spiritual wisdom, knowing that it's not you personally. Because if you can separate that and understand that, you won't be as frustrated by people, you won't be as angry, you won't be as hurt. Yeah, we're human, we're meant to have the human experience. So you can't, unless you're here, unless your purpose is to be like Buddha, you can't not feel those feelings. You are human. You're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be angry, you know? But if you can at least recognize that, hey, this person does this because of X, Y, and Z. This is how they were raised, or they operate from ego, or they operate from past pain, or they believe because their parent raised them like this, so they have to act like this, you know, whatever, so on and so forth. Then I promise you guys, you're going to have a better time at life. Like on every, like it doesn't matter, like go through your healing phase. It could take a few months, a few years, but if you ever get to that point in life, then you are spiritually lucky. I promise you on everything. Something like that is happening here, because when Jupiter's in retrograde, it slows things down in a good way, because Jupiter is the teacher. Jupiter is spiritual wisdom. It is knowledge, and whatever it touches, it expands upon. It is also luck, right? There's something going on with you guys and another, and it does include Venus. So maybe it's money. Maybe it is understanding from the higher octave regarding love, unconditional love, and you guys being able to see that. Because Scorpio and Taurus, this is fixed energy. This is stubborn energy. This is being stuck in one's ways, but something is opening up here, okay? Or I should say there's a chance for something to open up. There is a chance for you guys to recognize something without you guys turning around and being like, pretending you don't see it. It's kind of like when you're fighting with someone and you're venting to somebody about it, and that outsider goes, well, I don't think, you know, I'm sure they don't mean what they say. You know, like I'm sure they're just saying it in the heat of the moment. because you're the person that's in it, you don't care, right? But deep down, you know that that person has a point. Anyway, okay, so Mercury in Capricorn is sextiling Venus in Scorpio. So Mercury is in your guys' ninth house. It is in Capricorn. This is your thoughts. This is communication. Could be traveling. And it's getting along. It's doing some type of work with the seventh house. So there's learning about another person, speaking to another person, possibly about money, possibly about Capricorn-like things. It could be work-related. It could be because Capricorn is related to the 10th house, right? Okay. So I'm going to go back to the... Oh, wait, hold on one second. And then December 12th, new moon enters Sagittarius in your guys' 8th house, okay? And the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter, and that is in your 1st house, and it's in a retrograde. And then the natal ruler, the ruler of 8th house is Scorpio. It's in your 7th house. Yeah, something, I'm sorry. This new moon is talking about your 1st and your 7th house, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I do not doubt it. Without a doubt, I do not doubt it. And then the following day or later that same day, Mercury goes retrograde in Capricorn. So there's something you guys are going back to. You guys are revisiting something from the past. This has got like 8 of Wands and 5 of Cups in reverse all over it, if you guys are in a tarot. All right, so what were the channel messages again for the 2nd week? Getting off track with your path. I feel like I'm seeing you guys move past something, move on, move forward, and then someone jumps in and out of nowhere. Dun, dun, dun. So something unexpected. I'm going to say this is that opposition energy. The Venus opposition to Jupiter. Mercury in Capricorn. Excuse me. The number 8, I'm seeing you guys hold something and it turns into another loop. So number 8 is all about karma, like karmic lessons, because of the things the 8th house represents. They're deep, they're serious, they're transformational. So there is they are things that it's kind of like hard to get out of. You almost, I don't want to say you can't, but it's almost like that. So at least without some type of serious change, you can't. So it's the loop, and that's what I'm seeing for you guys. So the new moon is connected to something being, something sudden happening, I feel like, for you guys. No, you know what? I'm sorry. I want to go back. Getting off track with your path is the opposition energy. This is the opposition energy. There's difficulty with something here. But I think you guys end up pulling through is what I'm picking up on towards the end. You guys connecting with someone who just jumps in out of nowhere. This is definitely the Mercury retrograde in Capricorn connected with that new moon in Sagittarius. That's what I'm picking up on. Felt originally like the Death card and the Angel hugs the Reaper. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Maybe you guys thought of it before, or maybe you're hearing it now, but I'm thinking of Persephone and Hades. I hope I'm saying those names right. I'm sorry if I'm not. But that's what I'm thinking of as I'm saying that. I didn't hear it the first time I wrote it. But that's exactly what I'm getting, because Venus is this like beautiful, angelic, sweet energy. And Pluto's looked at as like, you know, the Death card. Pluto's here to fuck shit up, you know? I mean, for the best if it's well aspected. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's like the serious guy. I feel like Pluto's the serious guy that like doesn't want to harm the beautiful girl, but like he like secretly wants her to be his, but he doesn't want to say it because Pluto, I feel like there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of secrecy with this, and it's not going to be upfront about the jealousy and all that dark shit because it's dark and it's the underworld. So, yeah, like the death card, the angel, the reaper, and then there's a lot of people and a lot of light, and then I see you holding the number 8. Learning something spiritual, oppositions coming together. That's definitely an oppositional, right? That type of energy. And you know what I'm also thinking too? Taurus energy in general is angelic, like general energy I'm speaking of. And with Jupiter being here, this is definitely supposed to be like, anyway, all right. We're going to move on. 3rd week of December. What are the transits? We have the sun in Sagittarius in your guys' 8th house, and it is squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 11th house. December 18th, Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn in your 9th house is trining Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus in your 1st house. Then December 20th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your guys' 7th house. It's in opposition to Uranus in retrograde in your 1st house. Then we have December 20th, Vesta retrograde goes into Gemini. So Vesta is that asteroid. It's that internal flame that never goes out. So it is leaving your 3rd house in Cancer and going into Gemini in your 2nd house. December 21st, the sun goes into Capricorn in your 9th house. So the sun is leaving Sagittarius in the 8th house and is going into your 9th house. Okay. December 21st, Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn is sextiling Saturn in Pisces in the 11th house. December 21st, Sun in Capricorn in the 9th house is conjunct Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn in the 9th house. So what did I channel for you guys? Trying to let go of the past, trying not to look back, but maybe having difficulty. I'm seeing you guys touching the handle of a sword and you guys keep touching it. I'm getting contemplation energy. I see a lot of choices, options, and you guys see all of this. A lot of people want in on your energy. You guys are aware of all of this. Very observant and won't allow just anybody in. The doorknob to your energy field is a rose. It radiates into the cosmos. Like your aura is beautiful and angelic, and you have boundaries of this. Oh, you have boundaries of this. Okay, that was it. Okay. So let's go back to those transits. Sun in Sagittarius in the 8th house, squaring Neptune and Pisces in the 11th house. Okay, so something's being blocked there. I feel like this is you guys being like picky with your energy, because internally you guys are able to see like other people's energy. Then Mercury retrograde in Capricorn in your 9th house is trining Jupiter in retrograde in your 1st house in Taurus. Okay. I'm picking up on self-awareness as like you guys are very much in tune with yourself and others around you. Venus in Scorpio in your 7th house is in opposition to Uranus in retrograde in your 1st house in Taurus. I feel like this is that rose. It's like in order to get to you guys, you'd have to open the doorknob, but the doorknob is a rose and it radiates into the cosmos. Like, I feel like that's something Uranian. That's something like you guys are connected to the cosmos in a loving, beautiful way. And I feel like it's coming through nicely, this opposition energy, because you guys are working well with it. You guys are connected with the Venus and Scorpio energy about other people, or, I'm sorry, another person possibly, as well as yourself is what I'm picking up on. Like, you guys know people want in on your energy. Vesta in retrograde goes into Gemini in your second house. I don't feel like I was picking up on anything really with that. Sun goes into Capricorn in your 9th house. I feel like, again, that's that popular energy because the sun rules Leo, right? And it's in your 9th house, which natally belongs to Sagittarius. And then it's going to be in Capricorn. Capricorn natally belongs to the 10th house, which is, it's a very public house. People are seeing you here. People are seeing you work, or they're seeing you on stage in some type of way. How you present yourself, how you look. I know this is the first house as well, the body, the self, when you walk into the room. But the 10th house also speaks about how you present yourself, because how do we know people based off their legacies? It's things like that, right? It's the things that they do. It's how they act. It's not just career oriented. So, but like I said, this keeps going back to the 7th house. Venus can talk about money. So, if this is talking about work, you know, let me know. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn in your 9th house is sextiling Saturn in Pisces in the 11th house. And then the sun in Capricorn is conjunct with Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn in the 9th house. So this is seeing something clearly. That's that type of energy, but it is in retrograde. Okay. Yep. I just wanted to double check. Anything else? Trying to let go of the past, trying not to look back, but maybe having difficulty. I'm seeing you guys. Something. Something. The handle of a sword. Hold the handle of a sword. You keep touching it. Okay. So there's contemplation. So that's the Venus and Uranus acting on something. It's kind of like the Tower card in tarot, but I'm getting maybe a reversal. Getting the feet, getting your feet. Oh my God, getting the ground beneath your feet. Holy crap. It's time to go to bed. Okay. All right, last week of December. Let's channel it. I'm sorry, let's go to the transits. December 23rd, Mercury retrograde goes into Sagittarius. So Mercury retrograde is going into your guys' 8th house on December 23rd. December 24th, Sun in Capricorn in your guys' 9th house is sextiling Saturn in Pisces in your 11th house. Then we have a full moon in Cancer in your 3rd house. That's on December 26th. Then on December 26th, Chiron in Aries goes direct. That is nice. In your 12th house. Oh, what am I doing there? Okay. December 26th, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius in your guys' 8th house is squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 11th house. December 27th, Sun in Capricorn in your 9th house is trining Jupiter in, Jupiter retrograde in Taurus in your guys' 1st house. Okay, I like that. December 27th, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius in your guys' 8th house is conjunct Mars in Sagittarius in your 8th house. December 28th, Mars in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 11th house. December 28th, Venus in Scorpio in your guys' 7th house is sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in your 9th house. December 29th, Venus goes into Sagittarius in your 8th house. And then Jupiter goes direct on December 30th. All right. Okay. So what were my channel messages? Hiding, solitude, away from people. You guys are the sun. I see your pupil enlarge and hide yourself behind a black curtain. Divinely connected to spirituality, your higher self. I'm seeing this princess sleep under the moon, under a tree, and she's on her property, and the property is a castle. I'm getting 7 of Wands with the tree. So I feel like I was going to say it before, that's that Mars in Sagittarius energy being in your 8th house, and it's squaring Neptune and Pisces in your 11th house. So there's some type of karmic lesson there. There's some type of holdup or a block. It's either intuition with other people, like intuitively understanding them, but also definitely fighting them due to miscommunication or misunderstandings. And the reason I'm saying Mercury retrograde, the Mercury retrograde, or at least I hope I said it, Mercury retrograde is in your 8th house. It's in Sagittarius. It is conjunct, which is sitting right next to Mars, the god of war, and it's in Sagittarius in the 8th house. And then we have Mars in Sagittarius in your guys' 8th house, and it's squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 11th house. There's some type of like mental conflict, or this may be related this may be based on real things, or your intuition may be off. I know your intuition was on point in the beginning of December, but towards the last week of December, it may be off right before Jupiter goes direct. And this is because of the squares. Because then we also have Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius squaring Neptune and Pisces. And I think this could be a harder time for you guys specifically because it's your 8th house. This is already the house that you can't see, but you're feeling, right? You're already feeling it. You know what's going on behind your back, that type of energy. Or internally. This could be physically. You feel something internally. But you don't technically know unless, I don't know, you get the X-ray or the CAT scan, the MRI. The fact that you guys have Mercury in retrograde in the 8th house, it's telling me you guys may think you know, but do you know? That's what it's screaming to me. And this is why you guys may have loner energy the last week of December. Because when Venus is in Sagittarius, I mean, apply common sense. It depends what the natal chart looks like. It depends what language it's talking to with other planets and what degree. But this is an energy that is with other people, that likes to be, I feel like it's a popular energy. It is a popular energy, Venus in Sagittarius. It's got that moon in Sagittarius vibe to it. It's got FOMO written all over it, And it's in your 8th house. So again, if you guys feel like this is regarding business, let me know. Because now it's Venus is in the 8th house, and this can speak of other people's money. But then even if so, something is getting slowed down or rethought of, or like think some type of strategy occurs regarding this. But I'm not seeing anything in your guys' 10th house. That doesn't mean anything, but just a thought. All right, was there anything else? I did channel your guys' Lilith, And I was getting, okay, so you guys have Lilith in Virgo right now in your 5th house. So I was getting the Empress energy sitting sitting at a long table, being sexy with a sweater. I was getting Virgin Mary energy. I feel like you guys are at home wearing PJs and a robe and loving yourself, or you guys are just in your element, something like that. And just people want in. But I feel like you guys are being selective with the energy, like who you allow in. Juno in your guys' 5th house. I'm getting Ace of Wands energy, something passionate here. So again, I feel like that 7th house keeps popping on up for you guys. I think it's a relationship or somebody you guys are interested in. Ceres, you guys have Ceres, the asteroid, talks about healing. And it's in the 8th house. It's in Sagittarius. And I was channeling intuition. I'm seeing a horse. I'm seeing a knight. You guys, excuse me. You guys sitting in the back seat. I'm getting High Priestess vibes. I'm getting the Chariot. Okay, so the reason I'm getting that is because remember I said there's something random that happens that just like, this could be the Uranus opposition Venus energy. Could be Jupiter opposition Venus, where it's like an epiphany in the mind. With the North Node being in Aries in your guys' 12th house, I'm picking up on sexual energy, but also selfish energy. So I don't know what that was trying to say, but it did come through. So that's what I got for you guys there. South Node in Libra in your guys' 6th house. This came through as talking to others about choices, decisions, either for you or others. But I was picking up on very strongly that you guys are the High Priestess, that you guys are Buddha. So I feel like people are coming to you guys regarding what decision they should make. You know, what's the right choice, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, for my Sun, Moon, Rising Tauruses, that's what I got for you guys for the month of December.